spaces. Different time for me since I don't do daylight savings time. Now it's at 6:05 my time instead of 5:05 my time, but we made this work. Get George in here. Same for everybody else, but this is the one daylight savings thing that affects us here in the desert. Where did he go? I just approved him and then he left. All right, there he is. All right, let me make George a co-host. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Actually, that extra hour was awesome for me. Like, I would have been pushing it to make it at my other time.
Yeah, but now I'm all messed up because it's dark outside.
I get that. No, I get that. And actually, technically, it's for me, too, because I usually was doing this at 5 o'clock my time. Now it's 6. But hey, whatever. We're good. We're good.
Buffalo won. Bills won.
Nice. Cardinals will play till tomorrow, so I didn't pay much
Bills
attention.
beat Kansas City in the regular season for like the 15th year in a row, but we can't beat them in the playoff game.
I was just going to say.
Nothing to me. Nothing.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
However, if you remember, one of our first couple spaces with RJ.
Yes.
When we were talking at the beginning of the year, we were talking, Buffalo being pretty good and stuff. And I told him, I said, you know what? New England's going to be a team this year to look out for. And sure enough, Buffalo's in second place.
I do remember you saying that. I remember you saying that because a lot of people just assume that I'm a Patriots fan because I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm always like, no, I just spent the summers with my dad in New England. That's the only New England team I have a tie to is the Red Sox. So
it was a good day watching football after a fun night of watching baseball.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, well, at least one of
the second best Game 7 I've ever seen.
See, I think for me, it's the best one. I don't know of a better
2016 Chicago Cubs break the streak in extra innings.
Okay, I didn't watch that. I didn't get to watch that whole game. We were at a concert and I kept going out to the lounge area to watch the game. I watched the last 2 innings, but I was at a concert that night. So
that game went extra innings too. And, Chicago.
Well, and then we had the rain out.
Yeah. They had a delay in the middle of the game and.
Yeah. And then Rajah Davis?
Chicago scored 2 on the top of the 10th. And then Cleveland came back and scored 1 at the bottom of the 10th, and then they lost. So Chicago,
well, see, what I remember before it though was the bottom of the 8th or the bottom of the 7th, whatever it was before. And when Rajah Davis hit that home run to tie up the game, and then it went to the rain out and all that stuff. Yeah, that was a really good Game 7.
That was the best Game 7 I've ever seen.
I'd forgotten about that one. I was trying to think.
I knew there was
night,
something. I didn't answer your tweet last night. I saw it. I said, best Game 7 ever. And I go, I remember one better, but I can't remember what it was.
What was funny is when I put that, I remember when I typed that and posted that, I'm like, if this game gets tied in the 9th, I'm retweeting with yes. Because it was just fun.
I feel bad for Toronto fans, dude.
Yeah, that stinks. Especially too with going worst to first, and they might have a chance to come back next year, but
they had that game so many times.
Oh yeah. And it's like those little mistakes just eat you. That's the thing about baseball, though.
Plus, the Dodgers pulled the horseshoe out of their ass so many times. It was
Right.
ridiculous.
Well, and then that stat that they showed that the Dodgers have only won 2 playoff games before last night after losing after the 8th inning. Obviously, the last time was Kirk Gibson. So.
I enjoyed it though.
I did too. It. I was definitely rooting for Toronto. Just because I'm being from Phoenix, LA's always beats the crap out of the Suns, the Diamondbacks, the Card, whatever. So,
it was hard for me. I'm a Yankees fan rooting for Toronto was difficult.
Well, that's the thing.
I did it.
I'm generally a Red Sox fan, but I also watching it was the kids, and not just because they're young. The players that I grew up watching, their sons playing, like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette. I'm like, I remember Dante Bichette, and Vlad Guerrero was one of my favorite players ever in the history of the game to watch.
If he keeps going the way he's going, he's easily in the Hall of Fame.
Man, dude, literally, if he'd have Joe Cartered it in the bottom of the 9th to light it off, that's what I was hoping. And then he got a hold of it, just not quite. If he'd have hit a home run to win it, that would have been and once he didn't,
I would have been up there with Joe Carter.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. No, I was messaging with Cleric of Chaos last night because he's in Toronto, and we're talking about it, and that's why I was like, we did Joe Carter moment. But I was hoping for Vlad Guerrero Jr. But there will be another chance.
I told all my buddies from Toronto, I go, at least you got the Maple Leafs, and I started laughing.
Oh, that's just mean.
Just kidding.
That's mean, but funny. Most good humor has a little bit of meanness to it. It's fine. No, but I really enjoy it. And I haven't watched much. It's like I've kept an eye on the series and like I've watched the last couple of innings of some. But that whatever Saturday night's main event ended last night, I went right over to the game and just kept it on my TV the rest of the time.
I had them both on. I had one TV on it with one game and SNME on the other one.
Yeah, I'm lazy.
So I kept it moving.
Yeah, I get you. No, it's fun though. I'm glad I watched it. Glad I watched it. Oh man.
So I'm
what's up?
I'm in communication with somebody. We're going to be probably doing a recorded interview with someone pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
Not the person you think it is either. Somebody different.
I like it. Hey, I know we got a few.
I'm not going to say it here, but
right.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
No, sweet. No, yeah. Hey, that's your style. I like your style is very much like my style. You don't count the chickens before they're hatched. You know, you might let me know what you're working on, but we're not going to let it out to the public until we have it for sure, which I prefer. You know?
I was texting with somebody that we both know and has been on the show before.
That one I can probably have a guess on. That one I've got a guess on.
Take a guess.
Kevin Apollo.
Okay, you're in the right
All
ballpark.
Right. I remember.
But it's not him.
The only reason I remember that's because I pay attention to you, and you said when you were DMing him, and then he's like, hey, just text me, and you were like, whoa, that's cool. So that was where, hey, I wasn't too far off. I like that.
Yeah, I just got done about 2 minutes.
Nice. Hey, that'll be fun, man.
So we're working on something nice there. I had an idea, and he verified the idea, and he's going to ask.
Nice. So. Hey, I like it, man. We are always trying to have some fun and always.
It's not huge. It's not huge or nothing, but
anything like we were talking about before, like our growth, like we were never going to be one of those channels that was going to be the fastest growing thing. And we're different. We're on our own little world, but hey, the growth is there. And the biggest thing for me that I see a lot of is that like retention rate where maybe like some of the videos don't get a ton of views, but everybody who viewed it seemed to have watched it in full. So I'll take that. You know, you gotta get the wins where you can. Oh man. Well, I'm happy that the Bills won for you. I know the Cardinals pick tomorrow.
Yeah, it works. That works.
We stink. Tottenham lost.
So you want to get into the SmackDown prior to Saturday night's main event?
Yep, I've got SmackDown pulled up.
There not much happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, SmackDown just kind of led into Saturday night's main event, but no, I mean,
yeah, there was a reason I put what I put in the tweet prior to us going on. So.
Yeah, no, and I saw that and I'm all for it. Cause there's a lot to talk about in the state of WWE, but,
yeah, the main reason what made me focus on it a little more, I had it written down for about a week or two now, and I wasn't sure, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then I listened to the full show of the drive-thru today, and most of my notes were what they were talking about. So I'm like, all right, we'll talk about that tonight.
Well, that's good because I haven't had a chance to listen to all of that yet, and you know, sometimes like for their WWE reviews sometimes they go a little bit too negative, like they're pulling up, but that's kind of their gimmick. So I get it. So, cause I mean, I don't know, it's not nearly as bad as I feel like I've seen some people post and talk about it, but, yeah, no, I got the SmackDown results. I enjoyed most of it. You know, I mean, that opening match with, Dragunov and Frazier was just awesome. You know,
I saw that.
I mean, the thing with Tiffany and Jade kind of started, but you knew that was just going to lead into Jade being a little bit more heelish. They were ready for the match. And I mean, all that segment with Jade and Tiffany told me was Jade is winning on Saturday night's main event. She kind of
the only way this is going to work.
Right. Exactly. Which we have been on from the off with her of just cause she's got a great look. There's talent there, but she just didn't work as a babyface. I feel like it's one of those things that she can be a babyface eventually, but it's like give her a good year or two's worth of awesome heel work first, you know?
Just redo what she did in AEW. That's all you gotta do.
But with growth to it, not just that with going nowhere. Yeah, you know, it's that. You got it where you have the moments of what they were doing in AEW, but just can grow from it, have storylines out of it, and actually have matches. You know, a bunch of squash matches, but eventually have some competitive, do some with their story. I'm excited by it. And we'll get into Saturday night's main event. There was definitely some fun stuff there too. But yeah, no, Dragunov and Nathan Frazier. I feel like this is gonna be funny to hear what Dave has to say about this one, because I mean these are pretty much two of his only guys in WWE and how much he loves Nathan Frazier. But that was a fun match. Did you like the
Dragunov is
mean?
What's the word I'm looking for?
Mean.
Yeah, he's not very light.
No, stiff. Yeah, no, I mean, that shot.
That's the thing with him. I don't know what they can, I don't know.
Well,
man.
I mean,
that's a hard style.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, It's like that strong style stuff where, I mean, you can only do that for so much. And I mean, that shot towards the end of the match where you saw Nathan Frazier's chest, where you literally saw fingerprints from the handprint, like, oh, I mean,
it's not going to get a lot of people wanting to go with them.
Well, there are some people that really do like that, but there's not. Yeah, Sheamus. I think probably Ciampa is that way. And I feel like that's one of those things too, where it's good to have that in small amounts. You can't have everybody on the show doing that, but it does work for this version of SmackDown and for the U.S. Championship. And I'm interested in the Open Challenge stuff. I think
I'm not a fan of that at all.
I am, in the sense that as long as it's got to be done. It's not something you can do for a long term. Like Sammy, you do it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he did it, and then he just picked it right up. I don't understand why they did that, though. I mean,
my thought is that it will be
Sammy's gig.
Well, my thought it's going to be is that eventually Ilya will do the Open Challenge to somebody like, let's say, Carmelo Hayes or somebody who's a heel who will win and then be like, I ain't doing that shit beyond, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it stops. Because baby faces can't really stop doing the Open Challenge. Your hands are kind of tied. As where if it's a heel, they can be like, well, screw you, I don't want to do that shit. That's what I would think, but
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Would I consider Ilya a babyface?
Yes. Right now I would.
His style, the way it works?
Right, but the way he acts, it's not like he does it. For me, it's not less about the heart. It's more like he doesn't do anything dirty. He's all about
it's just
honor.
the style.
He's all about respect and that kind of, and like even at the end of the match, like he raised Frazier's hand and stuff. Like he absolutely could turn heel, but the way the presentation,
it's a fine line.
It is,
yeah.
And which is always a good thing in wrestling, because then somebody doesn't have to change their character completely to then become a heel or a baby face, because there's nothing worse than that. You know, like when MJF decided to not be MJF anymore and it just didn't work. You know, you can't do that complete turnover. When was the last time one of Pretty Deadly has wrestled on SmackDown? I was shocked that was the next match when it came in back from commercial. I was in the kitchen, poured a drink, and in the ring, Kit Wilson. I'm like, that Kit Wilson?
Yeah, seriously, they got so many of these guys like this, though.
They do. I mean, and that's where we go back to talking about NXT and what we talked about with our friend Chris Connor, friend of the show. Shout out to the Last Call podcast, that there's just so many people on these rosters that, you know, everybody talks about, oh, this person should come up from NXT, that person, whatever. Like, maybe, but where do you put them? Like, that's why I kept saying for Trick, I thought the best spot for Trick was to come up and do the Open Challenge and win it, you know, and be a heel with it. And maybe that could still happen with Ilya, because he has beaten Ilya before. So there's storyline there, but we'll see. But I just don't know where you put anybody. Like, you know, like people like,
I don't know.
Because I've seen a lot of stuff with Oba Femi should be John Cena's last opponent. And while visually that sounds great, I just don't know, like, what do you do after that? Where do you put him? I don't want to see people get lost in the shuffle. Like, I hate that.
You're not going to have Cena lose.
Right. Well, I'm with you. I don't think you can. That's just me, though. I mean, I'm with you. So then, after Carmelo wins the match, then Miz ambushes him and attacks him, hits him with the skull-crushing finale. So I guess that storyline's still going, which gets good. I think Carmelo Hayes versus Miz at like Survivor Series or something would be a good, you know, PLE win for Carmelo. And nothing can hurt that.
I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things on the resume.
Miz has got his shelf life with me. We're there.
Right, but I just feel like it's one of those things.
I love the guy. He's great. He's great at whatever they give him, but
yeah,
I think it's time.
Yeah, no, I think he's kind of that when he was being a babyface with R-Truth, and he was doing like the ambassador kind of stuff, where like I know for like SummerSlam in Cleveland, he was doing the bus tours and stuff. I know Cleveland's his hometown, so it's different, but that does really work for him. Obviously, like he's very media savvy, like he's very good at that kind of stuff. And in this situation, I like this in the sense of, you know, he's really going to help Carmelo. Like this whole program is to make Carmelo better, and Carmelo gets better work with a professional, and then he gets to beat the Miz, who's a two-time WWE champion, former Money in the Bank winner, blah 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 blah. Which I like.
Just put Miz on the pre-shows. Put Big E side by side, or use him like they use. I can't remember his name. I slipped under the.
Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, Titus O'Neil.
You gave me slipped over, and I got that's. You give me, I'm pretty good with descriptions. That's funny. That is good. And then we had,
yeah, I think his wrestling days are,
I think they're winding
they were
down.
great.
I think they're winding down, but it's also one of those things too, that because he's wrestled this healthier style, like he still has a lot of bumps left on the card. But I think you're right though, in the sense of only use it sparingly and make it to where he can help somebody if you need to, but also like, what else does he really need to do? I'm with you. I could see him. He would be great on the pre-shows. I also don't think they need to have.
He's 45. He's 45 years old.
Yeah, no, I knew. I was gonna say he's right around my age. Also, like, do we need like Michael Cole or Joe Tess is good on the pre-shows if he's not gonna be on the main like on the PLE. But I've seen PLEs where like Michael Cole's doing the pre-show and he's calling play-by-play. It's like have Miz there. Miz could hold that. It'd be fine. Yeah, he'd be great with that. No,
yeah. These are all people that should be slowly phasing out. And getting all these people
right, so that we can slowly phase up the people from NXT because that is clearly on its way up. And so then we had
that'll be a discussion. That'll be a discussion we'll be having a little bit later on here.
No, I like it. I'm all for it. You know me. I'm happy to converse on just about any topic that we can come up with. And then you had Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Okay, felt like I get why it was done, but it was just filler.
Yeah. Keep it moving.
Right. And then you had, was it the MFTs versus the Motor City Machine Guns? Is this what's going to be War Games? Like, yeah, the MFTs versus what? Motor City Machine Guns, Rey Fenix, Shinsuke Nakamura, and somebody else. Like, okay, I could be with that. I would enjoy
Wyatt.
That.
The Wyatts involved in this somehow?
That's okay. So what I initially thought was going to be MFTs versus Wyatt, essentially. I know there's only like 4 male Wyatt. I don't know. That was where I thought it was going, but it feels like it's going to be the MFTs kind of versus the tag division is almost what it seems like. Maybe throw some Fraxium in there. I don't know. It just seems,
Have we talked about how the hell they're going to get those cages in there?
I have asked it multiple times and people are just like, yeah, they'll figure it out. I'm like, I know, but how? What's it going to be? Cause it's not even just like, it's an open air stadium. Like it's a ballpark.
You can't carry a 38-ton thing on a friggin' helicopter.
Right. Or like a bunch of drones.
I mean, it's not 38 tons.
No, I know. So my only real thought is it's going to just have the 2 rings there and then they're literally just going to have to set them up almost old school ways. But I just don't know because then they don't have to put the roof on. I am very confused. And there is a women's war game too, isn't there? I think so. I thought they said that on SmackDown.
They haven't announced it though.
I'm not.
Oh, they did. Maybe they did.
No, hang on. I'm pulling up. Let's pull up Survivor Series.
I don't need to.
Yeah, no.
They do. They better have them on both nights. That's all.
Well, there's only the
one on one night, one on the other.
Well, there's only one this year. There's only one night this year. It's not. They haven't moved it to 2 nights.
I don't want to see 2 of them. I'm sorry.
I fully agree with you on that one.
I don't think they have a women's one.
I don't think they do yet. I
would just stick with no. And go with that.
I agree. And as of right now, there are no matches announced. So, especially too.
That would be a logistical nightmare.
Okay.
Think about it. You'd have to open up at the women's war games.
Oh yeah, no. If you have both,
where they coming off of, then where they going, right. And then they got to be. So they got to come back for the main event.
So if they haven't, and I mean, is there really a story for the women's one really yet? Probably not that I can think of. That'd be great. You're probably better off just doing the one War Games that's men's and either start the show with it or end the show with it and then have it practice to where.
You'd have to end it.
Yeah. Or if you could have it afterwards and then there's video. I don't know. Yeah. Either way, because the setup or the takedown's going to take some serious time. Yeah, I don't see any way that they've.
We shall see what happens.
Right. No, I see him and Mike Glass talking about SummerSlam, but that wasn't that wasn't a baseball stadium though, was it? It was in a football stadium, wasn't it? That's a big difference. This is Petco Park is as open air as possible. There's nowhere to hang it. I think you just got to set it up, they could hire a fucking 50-guy ring crew and, practice it 2 or 3 times on the week leading up to it because there's not going to be anything else in the stadium before that, right? I don't know. Be very interesting to see.
No, there should not November now.
Right. Unless there's concerts or whatever. But no, I've been asking that literally once I realized it was when I was in San Diego in in September, we went past the stadium. And I'm like, wait, no, it'd be very, very, very interesting. And then the show ended with Drew, costing himself because he picked up the title. You know, and when he kicked Cody from blocking Nick Aldis, and they set up the parameters where Cody can lose the title on a DQ or a count out. Yeah. And even when he slammed it through the table, I'm like, all right, you said the moment you pick up the title, though, it is usually a kiss of death.
Yeah, I saw, you know, I don't know. We'll get to what the Drew Cody thing in a minute.
That's kind of it. Like anything from SmackDown, it's more just like the lead into it. But I mean, it was a fine go home show, especially in the same city leading into the next night. So, I mean, it wasn't ever going to be that great of a show, but it was fun enough. And then the crowd seemed into it.
Yes, they did. So here's the thing I asked myself before we get into Saturday night's main event. After we get done talking about it, I'll bring this up again. I asked myself the other day, I go, my viewing habits have changed. Like a couple, 3 months ago, I'd watch Raw, watch SmackDown, watch them all. Now I'm just kind of not watching a lot. I pick up the day after on the highlights, pick up what I need to pick up for the show and stuff like that. I'm not watching all the show anymore.
I mean, that's kind of how
where we're going at the end of this.
The thing is, that's kind of how I've always watched wrestling in a sense, like where it's part of what I'm not like.
But this is my viewing habits.
I get you.
Like I would sit and watch Raw. All right. Sit and watch SmackDown. All right. I'm not doing that right now. That could all change again.
I get you. See. Yeah. See, now I've always kind of I've always kind of paid. I haven't, especially with Raws and SmackDowns and TVs, I've never paid like detailed, super close attention to like every little moment of the match. I've always kind of saved it at like the shows or what builds the pay-per-views. So I always, like I said, like when the show was starting, I was in the kitchen getting a drink or whatever. Although, I used to like, and now now when watching it live again, I'll watch it a little bit late and pause and go through, because I do want to see like the storylines, the backstage stuff, and what's building to why the match is important. You know, there's TV show stuff. It's just kind of getting your way to it, but I definitely get you.
I'm picking up a lot of people are starting to fall into that little boat that I'm heading over in.
Which I mean, we're getting into the holidays, and there's always that lull period, and then it picks up right for the Royal Rumble, so it's not that surprising either. And then I'm curious though to see if the Cena stuff will bring some people in for it. But I mean,
yeah, it will.
I don't know. I guess that's kind of how I am with like any entertainment I watch. There's peaks and valleys, but I don't know. With wrestling, I always try to at least enjoy myself with it, because it's the one thing that's a complete disconnect from the real world usually.
The other thing that's weird is they had a Saturday night's main event yesterday. Then we got one December 13th with Cena. And then they announced one in January for Montreal.
So what the
hell happened?
Yeah. They didn't want it. Saturday night's main event was not really a summer or fall thing. No, I don't, because they only did like the one in July, and then we didn't get the X one till last night.
3 in a row.
I mean, that's up to Peacock, I feel like, of when they want to put them together.
They announced Montreal last night during the Peacock show.
Right. Well,
and then they got December 13th show with Cena, and then they had last night. Mm-hmm. That's not Peacock.
Why would it not be Peacock's the one airing them? The Peacock's the one giving them, here's the night we want to.
WWE's scheduling these things.
With Peacock involved. They're not going to pick a Saturday night that Peacock's got to.
You do quarterly, like you don't got to do quarterly exactly, but you do 3 in a row. That's weird. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't say it's not weird. I'm just saying TV deals, they get when they want. Actually, for me, it makes a bit of sense, because TV kind of lulls with the holidays. How many people you're trying to get eyes on your products? I could see it. I didn't see the Montreal announcement. I missed that one. So I didn't know that was
right
happening.
There in the show. I was like, what the frick
I missed that one. But I did, I was using the commercial breaks as my time to eat and stuff. I didn't notice that. I did see the Cena thing, but I didn't know.
Kudos to them though. They didn't interrupt any matches with advertising.
That was the big point that I noticed too. I feel like they've taken notes, and like we've talked about before with AEW or TNA or other stuff, where you improve and get better with things. Oh, this is a problem for the fan. People don't like this. Let's pivot. And yeah, no, I noticed that it was probably during the second match. I'm like, we haven't seen any commercial breaks in him. And then there was, and that was
made up for it though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I'm all right with it.
In between matches, they loaded up. That's for sure. But
well, and no Jesse the Body Ventura. I thought he was
because I don't think this. Again, he's scheduled the way the old schedule used to work. He's scheduled for a quarterly one, so he's going to be at the Cena one. I guarantee.
Right, that one I figured. Yeah,
but he probably won't be in the one in Montreal.
I just figured he didn't go north of the.
He's just popping up out of nowhere.
No, I don't know. I just noticed like when the show started, and then it went to Cole, and then it went straight to Cody. I'm like, oh, we've got because I was wondering if Jesse was going to heel against Cody again, like he did. What was it? With Kevin Owens in January.
Yeah, you could. It's just weird.
Yeah, no, I get you. No.
I knew when Jesse wasn't there, I could tell this wasn't a normally scheduled one.
Well, I mean, it was scheduled. I feel like they pick their times of when they do them. They can only, and I mean, the Saturday Night's Main Events, they're glorified house shows in some sense. I feel like this was the first one that was like, well, must see in a sense because you knew at least one title was changing hands, and I was convinced it was I actually thought it might be 3. I kind of thought Drew was going to win last night, to be perfectly honest. Which
I did too.
Get right into. Yeah, what's up?
No, I did too. Yeah. I thought the first match was going to work in my favor, and it did not.
No, and there was even a couple of points where like they had like the fake tease where Cody almost gets counted out, and then the stuff with the ref, and Cody and Cody did a little, and again, Cody still planting a little bit more heel seeds with like, the moves that he pulled, the DDT onto the belt. But honestly, I was genuinely shocked by it. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
Especially
as you know from previous talks with me, you know that I'm not a fan of the 4 to 5 minute ref bump.
No, not and like I said, unless there's
1 minute, 1 minute or minute 30 max. That should be
unless
it.
You like
30 seconds to a minute 30 should be it for a ref bump. That's it.
Oh, if you take a finisher though, maybe like if you got a Claymore, a full on Claymore,
you can't lay there. You can't just unless it's something devastating. That's fine. I'll buy that.
Yeah,
one.
No, that's what I mean.
He backed into him yesterday. That was it. He backed into him. Nothing happened. Backed into the referee and he was out for 5 minutes. Not 5, probably.
But closer to 5 than 1. Probably even closer to 5 than 2. I feel like it was a good little play. And I even took note of it when it happened. I was like, George ain't gonna like that. Because I look over those because it's wrestling. What the fuck?
I don't.
I get you, but I mean, it's not gonna change. It's not.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, eventually somebody's gonna hear it. Yeah. I'm not the only one that feels that way. So it might just be a bunch of people that feel the same way.
But how long have they felt that? I mean, this is wrestling literally.
Talk to Brian Hefner, talk to Jimmy Corderas, talk to those guys. They all say the same thing.
I understand, but do the people booking it care? They've literally been doing this since I've been watching wrestling. Maybe I said I've been watching, but since like the Attitude Era. This is what
it's
WWE.
Cyclical. It'll come back around again.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's kind of like where we've gotten to now too, where you have to do more in matches, where there has to be double finishers and more kickouts. Yeah. Like that's just where
it wouldn't be bad. Again, it wouldn't bother me that much, but we've seen Speedy Charles Robinson zip out there in 5 seconds to face the ref. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
we've seen instances where it can. That's my problem. I can't get by that.
No, he books
when they want to get someone out there, he's out there in 30 seconds. Make it consistent. That's all. Consistency again. My favorite thing.
Yep, I get you. No, I as like we've talked about it before, I don't have like an excuse for it. It just doesn't.
Sorry, I'm a little fired up.
Fine. I apologize. It just doesn't bother me. We're not arguing. We're just having a discussion.
No, I'm fired up. I'm going to keep going. It's not going to stop.
Well, speaking of fired up, the next match was, I mean.
So what happens to Drew? So we knew going in that Drew was heading off to do a TV gig or something, right? Movie something.
He's filming. Yeah. I don't think it's yet though. I think it's coming.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
What do they do with Drew? What do they do now?
Hope. I think you might be right.
Everything.
I don't know. I know he's going to. He's not the main character, but he's one of the main characters of the new Highlander movie. From what I thought, that's what Nick LaPiccolo said, because it wasn't just like because when he was in Batista's movie, he's only in like a small part of it or whatever. But I think he's like not the Highlander, but like one of like maybe the big bad guys. I'm not sure. So he might be filming for a while. I'm not sure.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
They made him look stupid many times, and he's lost everything. So I don't know, man. I'm so disappointed in that one. I was.
Yeah. Now, what I will say is Drew's one of those guys where he can get it back without an issue. Like his tweet last night was perfect. He had the tweet set up with Cody's thing from way back when. That referee's trying to fuck on me. Like that was literally the perfect tweet to put afterwards, which obviously, since he knew it was coming and Drew's one of the smartest people in wrestling, he was prepared for it. He knew what he was doing. But, I wonder if maybe he does go away or like, what would work honestly is if he comes at SmackDown this Friday, he attacks Nick Aldis and gets suspended. Like he's just pissed because he's already Claymored him.
I suppose.
Right? I could see that. I'm just trying, but the thing is,
I just think as a regular viewer, you consider him a loser.
Right. And well, which
I hate.
I'm glad you prefaced it because what my sentence was, the thing is, the next time he challenges for the title,
but next time, it's already too many next times. He should have won it way back at the Clash of whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, that was never going to happen. That was Roman. Roman was getting it for long, but
I know.
But the thing is, I'm just thinking of this year. He's got outs for it, and he's right in everything that he says still, which is why he's not dead yet. Because everything he has said so far, he is still right. He is still correct. I mean, he's still an ass about it, but it works for him.
Still at the bottom of the standings, though.
Okay, that's fine. Go worst to first.
Number 1 draft pick, big deal. Who fucking cares?
Nobody's cared about it.
I'm fired up.
I get that. It's the draft picks. Come on, who cares about? Now you sound like
no. I don't like the fact that they proceed. Now he just looks stupid because they made him look stupid last night, and he lost again.
Yep. And
every time it's on a big show, he's lost.
Yep.
And I know this is all just pretend in the big world, but pretending tells me he's not a winner. So.
I get you. No, I get that. I mean, it's all about the follow-up and where they go with it. But even as someone who has been behind Cody from the moment he showed back up at WrestleMania 38, I was convinced Drew was winning yesterday. And I was honestly even rooting for it. Because I've always said the Cody heel turn can't happen till sometime in 2026 was the earliest I said it could happen. We're right around the corner from that now. So if it was like, hey, Drew beats him and that sends Cody down his path or whatever, that's fine. I think we might end up finding out that it was Cody who attacked Jacob Fatu, though, and that makes that part of his heel turn. But we'll see. I'm still interested in it. I mean, it's what it is. I can't say. I think you've got to have him. If they are filming the Highlander movie like right this month and it's earlier than I thought it was, perfect. Have him attack Aldis, send him off for 6-8 weeks. I don't know his filming schedule though. I don't know how long it was. I know like with Cody and what was it? Not Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. That Cody only had to do like 4 or 5 weeks, but I think Roman's got like 6 or 8. I never know with some movies and how long it takes and if there's makeup or if you got to do 3 or 5 hours in the makeup chair and then 6 hours filming.
It's an all day thing. Yeah.
Right.
It's an all day event. Yeah, it is. You got to get there early sit around and do nothing.
Right. Hurry up and wait.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But the next match was like, I mean, Jade Cargill's best match ever. Possibly. I mean, this is exactly what it needed to be. I mean, I know
it was a squash.
Yeah. And Tiffany's got the out with her leg, but there is no out. Jade's just angry. Jade is her kindness of being a babyface, of being either like Bianca's best friend or trying to get back at Naomi. That was like you was 80%. It was nice girl Jade. Now bad bitch Jade, that's 100% Jade, and I'm excited to see what she does with cutting promos, who she challenges, and yeah, she should just squash people left and right. I've also
what sold me the most on this was she didn't cry afterwards. Because she's a heel. Yeah. Last time she was a heel, last time we thought she was crying. So I'm like, what the fuck? Act like a badass, will you? She did. Good for her.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I get you. No. But so one thing I did see, and I'll shout out to the AEW mole. He has so far been pretty correct about most things AEW and most things WWE. There's a rumor that one of the couples in NXT is going to get called up together. The couple that seems like to me would probably be is Trick Williams and Lash Legend. Not they're going to work together, just both be put up to the main roster together. Maybe Lash will be the baddie or like, you know, the heavy for Jade or whatever. I still think that is a great fit for her. And Lash had a great match, for the Evolve title on Tuesday, but like unless you're going to put her in the main event scene and put her in the mix for the NXT title, she's ready to go up. She could easily be like, you know, Jade's lackey or for a while, Jade's heavy until she turns on her. And then we get a match with those two. I'm not opposed to that at all.
You need three people plus Jade in your group.
All right. Yeah.
I think.
No, I could. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure there's others can we put Almost in her group? Wait a minute. Almost / Legend Jade. I'm in for that.
Maybe.
Right? I don't know. But I was happy to see Jade get the win. I'm excited. This is probably the first like Jade storyline that I'm like genuinely excited about. I was excited when she came back and attacked Naomi, but like, I don't know, it didn't have, this seems more real. This seems more her. This seems more exciting. I'm excited to see where she
should be.
Yeah. Her championship celebration should be fun. I
think this is her, from WWE telling her, this is it. Make it happen. Or see you next year.
Well, and she's got a movie sometime next year as well.
Don't they all? Don't they all?
Hey, I mean, if you're signed with the talent agencies, what is it? Paradigm is it called? I keep calling it Paradigm, but I've been told it's Paradigm. You know what? I will send a DM to somebody. I don't have many connections, but I've made some people laugh over there, so I'll reach out and get the proper pronunciation. But I'm trying, all right, so then it went to the Intercontinental title match, and then was the Cena thing. I mean, what else can you say about Dominic Mysterio? Like, I still just think of, remember when he was wrestling in the Thunderdome with his dad, and we were just like, oh, we like you, kid. You're a nice guy, but maybe this business isn't for you. And now he's got
took time. You got to learn everything.
And shout out to him for putting in the work. You know what I mean? Like, he did it. I remember when he was first had come over to Judgment Day, there was a video or something that I saw where it was showing what his schedule was. They were still doing house shows then. And he was on Raw. So he would do the Saturday house show, Sunday house show, Raw, NXT on Tuesday, and then stay in the PC until Saturday. Like, he knew putting in the work, and it's clearly paid off. I mean, it's funny that we're going to have to see him turn into a babyface at some point soon, but it's the Eddie Guerrero babyface.
You're not going to see anything change at all.
Right. It's just what it is. It's more of who he does it to than what is done. As long as he is still, if he's doing the same crap that people we don't like, we're going to love it. But I mean, people love it anyway. But it's a good.
What he's actually done in AAA is amazing.
Oh God,
it's sick, his reaction over there. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, no, and
not to that extent anyway.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I mean, it makes perfect sense of why they love him so much, and he's soaking it up and doing it, and he's great with it. And this match was great. It was fun. There was a lot of good spots with it, and then it comes down to. Rusev's got Penta in the camel clutch, and the bell starts ringing, and Rusev celebrates, and the referees look, and the moment you see the referee's face, you go, "Oh, Dom's got the hammer again." It's cheesy and silly, but I love it.
Prior to the ending, I liked when he threw the chair in.
Oh yeah,
threw the chair in, and the referee looks at him and goes,
"Yeah,
so what?" that was funny.
Right, it's triple threat, yeah. No, that was fun. That was just the way that went. And it's a great way of, Dom just keeping his title by the skin of his teeth. He pulls it off and gets his wins, but eventually he's going to have to pay the piper. But as for now,
I didn't think there was a chance of him losing this at all.
No, I didn't either. This was the one match, when I was talking to this about people or previewing or whatever, I'd say, I'm like, I kept thinking 3 titles could change hands. And this was the one that was not going to happen. Not yet, at least, especially like at least till he gets, and he can't lose the title unless it's cost to him, like because Judgment Day finally turns on him or something like that. There's got to be something good to it in the story. And at this point, maybe it stays till WrestleMania. Who knows? And then I think because
you can't
Yeah.
you can't officially turn him babyface either, because once you get to AAA, the AAA crowd loves the heel champion.
Right.
That's why they love
He
Dom.
just has to
That's why
have
they
the
love Dom
same.
so much.
Yeah.
He's a heel champion.
Yeah.
And if you turn him, he's goose is cooked.
Yeah. No, he just needs to be the same type of character that he's the same guy that he's doing. Just lie, cheat, and steal on people that they like less. Yeah. No, it makes sense. And isn't there a AAA show? I know they did one last night too, which I believe. Oh yeah, Herman let us know. That Ethan Page and Chelsea Green won the mixed tag titles that they have from Mr. Iguana, and I forget who his partner was. But you knew that was going to happen too, because I mean, this is the best parts of the partnership with WWE and AAA. They can do great work and draw big crowds and put people on cards that they know are going to be good, big talents. Like that's fun. I haven't watched that show yet, but I want to. I will try to watch that tonight after this. And then they announced the John Cena, The Last Time Is Now tournament, which is fun.
That was interesting to me, because they were I was looking at the clock and I'm like, wow, they got 45 minutes to do the main event. I'm like, how are they going to fill this time? I'm like, oh, John Cena's going to be, all right, cool. Yeah. That explains it.
Yeah, and it was done very well. It was one of the, WWE produced stuff is always going to be top notch, but the way this was kind of set up and the way he said it, of like faces that, people that I've had feuds with, people that I want to face, faces that don't work here, and everyone's like, oh, it's going to be Edge. No, it's not. It's like, I'm sorry, guys. If you think it's going to be Edge, maybe you need to cope. I'm sorry. Like, it's, I do wonder though, if maybe it'll be Joe Hendry. Like, there's a chance that it could be Joe Hendry, but I feel like Gunther makes the most sense, but I don't know. We haven't seen the brackets yet, so we will see that tomorrow. That starts tomorrow. Very interested in that.
That's a great idea. And I agree with some of the people that I saw say, if this happened on AEW, you guys would be losing your minds. True. However, when answer the question off the top of your head, if it takes you more than 2 seconds to answer it, I make my point. When was the last time WWE had a tournament?
Was there one for the tag titles? No,
my point's proven.
No. And
when's the last time AEW had a tournament?
That was where I was going to go, though. I was like, when you said that
last week.
The women's ones, yeah. No, the women's one they just
That's
had.
why.
But
that's why it's not a big deal for anybody in WWE, because they don't do it very often, and when they do, it's a big deal. They make it
matter, just symbol like they do with blood or usually weapons and that kind of stuff. No, but I was gonna say, if this had happened in AEW, like right now, there's the women's tournament, but they haven't been overloaded with tournaments like they used to be. It was one of those things where there was always some sort of new tournament or certain, like I think they've kind of settled it now where they'll just like have a 4-way match and the winner gets the title match at the pay-per-view versus having the tournaments that they've done. There haven't been as many. It still wouldn't work. AEW's overplayed that hand. They have to not do tournaments for like a year and then bring them back. But
once or twice a year is fine. Yeah. Spread out. It's no problem.
Or
I'm okay with it.
Or something important like this. Like for AEW, they've already got like the Owen kind of like locked into there. So like, what's that? They do that like April, May. Don't do anything. Like they can have that one and then they can do something or their Continental Classic, right? Boom. That's it. You can't have any extra ones. You stuck with those two. Like the reason WWE,
I think they do.
Because they don't have.
I think they probably do 4 or 5 a year, maybe 6.
I know it. I mean, Jesus. A couple of years ago, it was like it seemed like there was one every month or every other month is what it felt like.
That's why I didn't have a problem with this. It's a good idea. It's a great idea for Cena's retirement match, so it worked out pretty good.
Right,
I like it.
And I feel like this is something that it was just announced now, but feels like they probably worked this out fairly well enough. And not only is whoever wins the tournament's going to have the match, that's going to be great, but it's going to be kind of like the Royal Rumble in the sense where there's going to be storylines that are going to spiral out of this tournament, whether somebody faces somebody in a match that they didn't expect to, and that ends up making them turn heel, or somebody costs somebody, that there should be some good storylines that'll come out of this. I'm excited.
You would think.
Yeah.
I would wonder who John picks.
Yes.
John's picking.
That's a good, yeah. You would hope. I'm very interested to see where it goes with it. And it starts tomorrow, in Boston, which is perfect place for that. But that was it. That was one of those, some of those shots that they showed too of like who he hasn't faced yet, where you saw Dom, Gunther, Carmelo. I'm like, yeah, I could say, yeah. No, I'm very, very excited and interested in that though, moving forward. That should be a lot of fun. And then the main event was, CM Punk versus Jey Uso, which this is what I expected to be the main event, because this was the one match that you knew someone was walking away with the title that didn't have it. They had to take the title off of good old Vacant.
Vacant's undefeated.
Vacant's got a lot of titles under their belt, men's and women's. But this match was what it was, pretty much what I expected, mostly babyface, but Jay doing a little bit more heelish stuff, and getting pissed, and then, as I thought, losing the match and probably going to get angrier and angrier and spiral downhill and see where that goes, which I'm interested in for him, because I think he does need something else than of just being what many other people call the Yeet Man.
Yeah. I had a feeling Punk was going to win, because I didn't want to see Jay as champion again. No offense to Jay.
No, right. And it made the most sense.
It's Punk's turn, man. Give him a run with this sucker.
Right.
Let him go.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Jey Uso to be so lethargic and boring, because he looked like he was gassed out 5 minutes in.
That's all. I mean, I'm not as big of a critic on a lot of his work that other people are, but I am the cardio it's one of those things that as your cardio goes, you start to get a little lax with stuff, and it just goes. And
because that match it had potential to be the best. I mean, it's only 4 matches.
Right.
It had potential to be the best match of the night, but it was the worst match of the night for me. And again, there's only 4.
Right. So it's right. Not like we're talking like a 15-match pay-per-view, but no, it was. Yeah. There were parts of it that were good, but you could tell. I mean, maybe one of my least favorite things that people talk about is boo-boo job face, because everybody says everybody has it, but they don't. People will say it literally for every match, but
I never look at that.
I didn't think he had the look of it, but body language wise, that's kind of how, like, even with the end where like Punk was doing his double go to sleep that he does, like he had to like pick him up for that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he
didn't help him at all jumping up. Punk had to pick him up.
Yeah, no,
Jesus, give him a help.
I'm wondering if maybe Jay needs a break. Like he's been going pretty hard,
Yeah.
I mean, because the Yeet thing picked up last year, because we talked about
that entrance ain't easy.
No,
that entrance ain't easy either.
No. Yeah, no, and like the adrenaline that you get from that, it's as it comes down, you're gonna go out with it, which is maybe why a heel turn wouldn't be so bad, so you don't have to do that entrance anymore, honestly.
Yeah, because the thing is,
it's a great vibe, but
it's the exact opposite of what you think it should be. Like your entrance gets you keyed up to get into the match where your adrenaline should spike. His entrance is the exact opposite.
Well, it's not,
like you're getting keyed up.
It just goes too far. It's like
your adrenaline's at its highest. You get into the ring. That's it. Your entrance is over and you're puttered.
Yeah, no, it's like the entrance should be like the peak to get you to the top of the mountain so you can go down and get. But his problem is he goes up through it and then he's already halfway down the mountain and out of gas by the time the match starts, especially when they do it the second time, which I understand why the crowd wants that, because it is fun live. I've been to 2 different shows where he's done and it's great. It's a shitload of fun. But shit, even I'm tired in the crowd afterwards, let alone have to wrestle a match afterwards, and it's one of those things that, there's something needs to change for Jay. And I think they're setting him up for that way. And it'll be interesting to see how it works for him, because obviously a lot of the kids and a lot of the people have been big, massive Jey Uso fans, but I think there's got to be.
Yeah, they've sold all their merch they're going to sell from that. There's nobody on the fence that hasn't bought it already. So I mean,
you're not waiting for a different color one, like they've done every color. You're right. Do you want a red, black, blue? Yeah, you're right. And they've even like done different wordings of it. Or if we were like, oh, I like Jay, but I want like there's an Usos Yeet shirt too. Like they've figured out a way for it. Oh, I did not know that. Julian Ward just put in here, Jay's going through a divorce right now. I didn't know that. Although there was that stuff there was the stories of possibly him and Jada Parker at a club or something.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that.
I don't either. I didn't know any of it either way. But when I see that, that's just, which I mean, that's.
And again, if you gotta keep working personal life separate. I know that's hard to do, but You got to try to do it, especially as a professional.
Yeah, but you even see, what is the match? Like even Undertaker even. Did you ever see the Broken Skull sessions that Stone Cold does with Kevin Nash, where they watch that WrestleMania, what is it, 14 match or 13, 14, whatever one it is, where it's, Undertaker versus Diesel, and Nash even says, like, I'm carrying, because that match isn't good. Like, it's really not a good match, because let's be real, Kevin Nash only has like his 6 moves or whatever, but Undertaker, he's just lost. He wasn't there. And what happened was, before, when they were like meeting up to talk about it before, just to make sure to run through it, Taker says, you're going to have to call it. And because he got served his divorce papers that day in the arena in Boston, because that was when the wife knew he was going to be in the arena for WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like, smart woman. But yeah, so I can see how it can mess you up, but you're right. You've got to kind of push to do that. And Undertaker, it was literally the day it happened. But yeah, I did not know that about Jay, but I would think as a wrestler
that when you're behind the curtain, you're starting to get pumped up. And as your entrance goes, you're starting to build your adrenaline and get it going up that mountain. And by the time you hit the ring, you're at your peak. So you're at max capacity.
Yeah.
I just think with Jay's already, like you said, halfway down the hill already.
No, you're right. He's gone through it too far. Cause if you watch Punk, like Punk has specific like notes in his song. Like he doesn't come out till a specific point. He does his clobbering time at a specific point. And I've heard him talk about it where it's a build up to get him into that. I'm the best in the world. Like he does it all so that when the match starts, he is at that peak. And it's gonna, I don't think they planned for Jay's entrance to be this over or be this intense, but yeah, I think Jay just more cardio, man. You got to be able to get through it because it's clear and obvious that he's running out of gas into these matches, or maybe just go back to being a tag wrestler, but I don't think that's what he wants. And,
Yeah, it was noticeable last night. That's all.
Oh, no, definitely.
Big time.
And it was, I think I'm sure there were some people that said from the beginning it was shit. And I didn't think it was that bad at the start, but I thought as it progressed, you saw him tire out. That's how I talked to you. Like even the spear and stuff, but is what it is. I mean, it's a tough gig in general. He's been going hard since before the Rumble, won the Rumble. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he takes a little vacation somehow, but we'll see. But it was a good show overall. The videos and pictures afterwards were funny of Cody putting the belt on Punk, and then the picture backstage of Jade Cargill, Punk, Ricky Saints, and Cody, all top champions of the shows they're on. That must have been a little painful shot down to Jacksonville. And then never mind.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been. It would have been just a normal after the show thing, but they threw Ricky Starks in there too.
Yeah, well, he wasn't
even on the show.
Well, he's not, but he's great friends with, he's literally Cody's best friend.
That's what I'm saying. The extra jab.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. He wasn't on Saturday Night's Main Event. He just threw him in there and said, here you go, look at this.
Because he's got to be, well, he's also really good friends with Jade, and I'm pretty sure he was there for her. But I get it. But hey, they didn't also throw in Blake Monroe, Ethan Page, Dragon Lee, Stephanie Vaquer, who all have titles and have wrestled on AEW shows. So it's, I know they talk about Tony's fumbles and people joke and laugh, but when you see it on paper like that in those pictures, that's a woof.
If you don't know how to book, you don't know how to book them.
Right. No, exactly. From the problem with them from day one, just him, I can do it. I'll be in charge. I did this online. Like, even if it was just having like Arn Anderson with, like I've said from the William Regal was the answer. Silent partner. William Regal doesn't say anything. He just sits and listens. He and Tony have a little confab before, and then Tony quote unquote makes the decisions. But
they had it right at the beginning when he talked to Cornette.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. That should have been your sign right there.
Right? Because he's talked about how Cornette's like his, the best voice he ever
listens to him every week.
Yeah. And like watched all of his shoot interviews and stuff and all that kind of thing. And yeah, if that guy who you idolize and thought was one of the best bookers ever is like, nah, you don't go it this way. And you're like, no, but again, he cared more what Dave had to say and the Bucks and Kenny and Hangman and woof.
Weird. Just weird.
Yeah, no, it is.
You want to get into my subtopic?
Absolutely. I was just going to say, no, we've got the last bit of the show here. We can go into your, what do you call it? State of WWE?
Not a huge deal, but I've noticed it a little more and more, and I picked up on it when I listened to the drive-thru today. But I've had notes on this for a while, and I just was kind of looking see if I was the only idiot out there thinking this or not. It's become, like, again, to me, I have not viewed WWE television as must-see TV. A lot of the things are getting old, I think. And when I listened to the show, they were kind of targeting some areas that need improvement or need to be changed or something. One of the main things they talked about that I didn't have was the interview segment that used to be there that's not there anymore. All the promotions do it now, where they have the two guys or gals in the ring staring at each other, even though they're having a death match fight in 2 days. Why not get back to the actual interview process like they used to? That's one of the topics they brought up that I really wanted to talk to you about.
What do you mean, like they used to?
Like, okay, if I got, suppose Paige and Moxley are fighting. They've done the segment where they've had them two guys in the ring and they stare at each other for 5 minutes.
Right.
If you and I are mad at each other and we gotten to the point where we have to have a fight about it, and I see you before the fight, I'm going to take a shot. I'm that mad already. Why would I stand there and look at you it makes no sense. Why not just build the match like they used to?
That's what I mean. Like, what do you mean specifically of what they used to? Because honestly, when I watch it, this is wrestling.
Well, you asked me a question I can answer if you want me to. I don't mind. If you like to see it, you could have Shivani or whoever interview Paige backstage or in the ring is fine. In the ring's fine. Hype up the match. Tell us how much you want to kill Moxley and beat his ass. There's your 5 minutes. You're gone. Have a match, come back, have Shivani in the ring with Moxley for 5 minutes. Same thing. You've saved yourself a 15-minute segment by breaking it up into 2 5s. And I don't got to watch two people that hate each other stare at each other. WWE does the same thing. They all do it.
I get you.
I mean,
no,
it's a Vince McMahon thing from way back when. It's never going to change probably, but I would just...
Well, there's differences of ways of going about it, though, because what was it? Not this past SmackDown, but the SmackDown before, I think, was it? Or was it the one before that where, like, Cody and Drew had, like, the impromptu match because they were mad at each other or whatever, and then last night was the contract signing, and that's part of the gimmicks that they're going to do is those type of things.
Yeah,
it's just
the contract signing's bullshit, too.
That's wrestling.
Well, we've gotten used to it. The contract signing's shit. Why?
Because it's this
thing
what they've
know
done.
They've already signed that. We know it's already booked. They don't sign anything.
Because here's the thing. Clearly, I mean, they're still doing great houses. They're still getting. That's
the thing.
There's still a lot of views on, like, those videos get lots of views on YouTube or Twitter or wherever. So that's kind of where I think of too, where people are like, it's not as hot as it's been. I'm like, maybe not to like us who die hard who watch it every week, but also too, I don't think the WWE specifically, I mean, AEW, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with their weekly shows, but WWE is purposely trying to have, they're trying to make the weekly shows watchable and fun, but yeah, you don't need to watch them. Their bread and butter is in the PLEs and having those big moments on Netflix or Peacock or wherever, and then, or ESPN, and getting big, 120 million views or whatever from those. And that's, until that changes, I think they're just going to ride this wave.
It's slow. It's slowly starting. The only reason I can say that, but Raw's coming to Buffalo in January, and my son still lives up in Buffalo, so I get him tickets wherever I can. The last time they came there twice last year for Raw and SmackDown. Tickets were $275 for SmackDown and $310 for Raw. And I got him the day of.
Oh, well, yeah. If dynamic pricing, yeah.
Just to make sure he's in. Just to make sure he's in there. And now I checked the day of sale for January 5th, and they are at $200 even. So they're slowly.
Well, I mean, and that's, and that is a clear indicator because it's dynamic pricing now. So if there's more people trying to get them, they're going to charge more for them, which that actually is probably a good, I mean, it's a great thing for fans overall, because if there aren't as big of a demand and the dynamic pricing isn't as crazy, you get more reasonable ticket pricings with it. Unfortunately, for the bigger shows, when you saw, for Cena's last match, there was 60,000 people trying to get tickets in an 18,000 seater.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And then I don't know what the WrestleMania numbers have been yet, or I don't know if they've started selling tickets or they've just signed up for pre-sales. I don't know, but I'm just assuming they're not going to be upset with their sales. Is my assumption. I don't know.
You can go in Las Vegas market, New York market, Los Angeles, Chicago. I get that, but you can't go into Buffalo, Cleveland, Toledo, and expect people to pay $300.
I
doesn't work that way.
I fully understand with it, but so far it's worked that way for them because it's similar. I mean, Phoenix isn't a big market, and they've done fairly. I mean, it was Tempe on the 24th of October, and then Raw's here. I think December 5th. Is that what it is? No, December 8th. December 8th or December 1st. One of those. Raw is coming here, and I'm looking to see what the tickets what they're sold for those. We go on Wrestle Tickets and look Arizona.
Yeah, I'm not going. I was happy to see the prices that come
for sure.
Down, so.
Oh yeah, no,
they're definitely down.
Oh no, for sure. Because I'm trying to look for her. Oh yeah, so Monday Night Raw, it'll be in Glendale, which is where the Coyotes used to play, like 40 minutes from where I live. But yeah, no, they've only sold like 6,000 for that one so far, and the last time they were at that one that I saw, it was like 13 or 14,000. So yeah, no, I mean, hey, it's
plus the holidays. So.
Well, and I mean, not everybody's affected by it, but there's a lot of people that the economy is affecting people right now. I mean, shit, I've been without a job for months because I got laid off around the same time that a lot of other people did. And like every time I get denied for an interview, it's because I'm in competition with a bunch. So there's a lot of financial issues too. And then the holidays, that's always going to tighten people up. So it's just one of those things that it's going to affect them a bit, but also too, it's if they're still, they didn't sell 13,000 tickets, they sold 11. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be too upset about it, but better for us, we're gonna have to pay those exorbitant prices.
Yeah, it'll be a slow thing.
Which always happens. I mean,
that's what all businesses do.
That's wrestling in a nutshell anyway, but TKO and the people that run those businesses, like they're gonna, hopefully maybe that makes them realize like maybe you don't have to do as many of the bigger shows that they do and do more. Go back to having house shows, man. Like it's fine. The people enjoy those.
You might see that coming again
like,
too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm a big proponent of house shows, not only for I don't know.
You ain't got to kill them at 400.
No. No, the way that, I like the way they did it before, where it was they would have a Saturday, Sunday house shows, because then people can. Because house shows also too, they're good for kids, so you can do them. They're on weekends, and then if you're working SmackDown, you work Friday SmackDown and the Saturday house show, and if you're on Raw, you do the Sunday house show and Monday Night Raw, and like, that's it. Maybe something else during the week, but it doesn't have to be, that was a good schedule for them. And yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, not too much.
And from what I've seen, the only people who haven't thought that is the TKO people, because you don't sell as much. The tickets aren't as expensive for a show that's not televised, but I've been to, I think, 3 house shows in my lifetime. They're more, aside from like, going to SummerSlam and, the Rumble and Mania, the most fun the times I've had at shows have usually been in house shows. They're set for you to have fun. The baby faces are going to win.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be fun, silly stuff. You might get, CM Punk doing Rhea Ripley's moves and vice versa and that type of thing. So hopefully they bring those back, but we'll see.
You may see a readjustment in their scheduling.
That's the thing too, is they've proven, I mean, as we talked about with Saturday Night's Main Event, not having commercials during the matches, like clearly they are always adapting, they're always changing. They're always growing, they understand adapt or die. Adaptability and availability are the two best abilities.
Yeah, they've done a good job of listening. maybe not listening to the people, but maybe listening to their pocketbooks and seeing how things work.
I do think there's a point where they do pay some attention to the online chatter, but also too, I mean, you take that with a grain of salt. I wonder, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have like specialized social media people that do try to keep an eye on not every account, but like you can tell which certain accounts are just bitching to bitch, or when they see someone like you or someone like me putting a legitimate complaint out there, and we're not just an account that just bitches all day long. You know, if you're just, because a lot of people in this space, and a lot of people, I mean, in any space really, whether it's entertainment, politics, really, they just bitch to bitch, you know, and that's, you can see a lot sometimes with WWE where it's like, this same person was wanting something to happen in April. It happens in July, but they bitch about it because they got to bitch. And which, unfortunately, that's a symptom of having Vince McMahon booking the only wrestling show any of us could watch for 10, 15 years, because it was easy to complain about Vince. And I feel like a lot of people just kind of got into that mindset and still just want to bitch about it. But,
yeah, wrestling's in a weird space now,
especially
I think.
with the Nielsen stuff.
I think that AEW, obviously AEW does too much stuff. WWE does just enough stuff, you know, just enough to get you. There's a spot. If there's another billionaire that wants to do this, who knows? But there's a spot like right in the middle where you get not too much, not too least, but
I can see
perfect.
No, yeah, right. Yeah, I get you. I get what you mean. Yeah, not, and really what that is what AEW should have been. Like you said, if Tony had listened to Cornette and figured out like, hey, maybe I should have like Jim Cornette, Arn Anderson, and JR as my brain trust versus the Young Bucks and Adam Page, you know, and Kenny Omega.
Yeah, that's what we all thought we were going to get.
Oh yeah, sports-based wrestling. I mean, Tony Khan at the beginning made the comparison that he to Mid-South. There hasn't been 1 second of television of AEW ever that's reminded me of Mid-South. I'm sorry.
There's 1 second. Yeah. Concession brawl. I'll give you that one.
For a moment, maybe. Yeah. But just like or like, I guess, you know, the Faces and Cake, that was always with Cornette and, the Rock and Roll Express or, with Bill Watson and stuff. But just in general, it's been indie wrestling with a budget. It has not been, it's not even what Ring of Honor used to be. Like and you're right, there definitely is that mix. The problem is I feel like a lot of times, and we've seen it with AEW or Ring of Honor or whatever stuff, the people who get into doing it, if there is a billionaire or somebody who wants to pay for it, they're just too indie mindset. You need somebody that doesn't want to do exactly what WWE does, but still wants to be professional, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, you can, I mean, yeah, absolutely. You can make you can have it, because like I said, and it can be adjusted to WWE can actually do the same thing if they wanted to. They can just make it a little more interesting. That's all. Like I'll watch what I have to watch, but stuff I don't care for, I'm not sticking around for. I like to be able to watch, like when we used to watch, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, or not SmackDown, Nitro. That was must see every second. You know, you couldn't miss much. I missed that. That's what I miss.
That was like a year though. There was Nitro, once Nitro went to 3 hours, and I know it was still winning. The first hour was good with the cruiserweights, but then it just fell off the cliff, you know? And I feel like, as like I've said before, we're getting towards Mania season, and they're gonna really ramp up towards that. I feel like we're gonna have a great Royal Rumble.
We hope they are.
I feel like they've got to. Otherwise, they're gonna have a lot more people like you that are, and where I'll kind of go to that way too, because I always play the long game and kind of see for the future and hope for the best. But no, if they don't, I mean, I feel like they've got to have a fantastic Mania season this year, and I think they're setting themselves up for it.
I would hope so. Like, this has been my decline in the past 6 months. I noticed it the other day. I was just wondering if anybody else was in that boat, and then I heard conversation on this show that I told you about.
Yeah. But I feel like that's most of this year. That's mostly how wrestling kind of works, though, is where you get the after Mania, there's the lull. You pick back up for SummerSlam, and then it lulls a little bit, and then you pick back up after the holidays. I feel like this year we might get a little bit before because of Cena's thing. And honestly, Survivor Series, I feel like nothing's that exciting for it yet. And I think they're going to build to it and make it really big because they're doing it in San Diego. Dom's obviously going to have a big match there. We'll see how they go. But I feel like you're going to kind of ramp right from Survivor Series through WrestleMania with it being, because they're also doing that European tour at the start of the year as well. And I think they want to invest into that being big because now it's not it's not an anomaly anymore. It's not like a surprise. If they're coming back every 6 to 10 months, it's not as shocking when they come. Not everybody has to go, so you got to make the shows more important.
Those will be good, and plus they'll be out of the way nice and early in the morning.
Yeah, that's always nice. Well, it's for Raw. I know SmackDown, we still have to watch it, quote unquote, live with them. But no, I'm very excited to see what happens this week for the John Cena stuff. I want to see Punk's celebration and where he's going to go, and then Jade celebration on Friday. That's probably what I'm most looking forward to because I want to see how that's followed up on. I want to see how she handles that. If they give her a faction, what they do there. That's probably the most excited I've been about Jade since she signed with WWE. I was excited initially, but I thought she needed to go to NXT and go win that title. So back on the Jade train. I'm excited for what they're going to do moving forward for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think the thing that got me, I know exactly when this, now I thought about it. You mentioned it. And I clicked my brain.
Yes.
It's when they turned Cena heel.
Oh,
I tuned out. Done.
So here's the thing.
Stupidest move I've ever seen in my life.
No. The move wasn't stupid. The lack of follow up and follow through was stupid because of the fucking Rock. And I don't want to be a Rock hater, but I was never the biggest Rock fan. Like, I liked him. He made me laugh, but I was always a Stone Cold and Undertaker guy. Always. And I get why they want to appease to the Rock and be like, but that whole story of he wanted to turn somebody at Elimination Chamber because they wanted to get, I don't know. Was all I got to say to it. If they had a plan,
they lost a lot of interest right there. A lot of interest.
If they'd have followed it up really, really well and had it be really, really interesting and like involve the Rock, and even if like I know Travis Scott, whatever, but if they just would have involved him and made something happen on TV as opposed to just nothing, it's my biggest complaint about AEW. No follow up, no follow through, and that's why the Cena heel turn failed. In the moment, I loved it. I thought it was a great move, and I thought of all these awesome ideas that they could do for the rest, and then they just didn't. And that's the problems with we talked about how TKO makes
the main problem was you had a time limit on it. There was a time limit set. He's only here till December and December 31st is his last day. That's it. You were done at that point. You can't do a whole heel turn in a story with that amount of time. You got to work that shit for 2 years.
You have to work it beyond that. I was on the train of he stays heel till he retires. If you were gonna do it, you gotta fucking commit and go all the way through it.
You can't do that with him.
I could have. There was a lot of pointing at the beginning of it with the promos he was cutting.
How would you have made how would you as a company? I'm curious. How would you as a company made money off a heel turn?
By who they were still selling as many T-shirts as they always did, and have him put people over, have him make stars. I'm not saying it was the right move to make. I'm just saying, would it happen?
No, I'm just asking questions. I think it was the stupidest move ever. I just didn't see
not ever. No, come
it's
on.
Up there. It was a big blunder.
No. They sold plenty of T-shirts, and it was fun.
Not as many as they would if he would have kept pace for the whole year.
Maybe.
Look at the yellow shirts.
Here's the other thing. Now you don't have the point. Now you can never say they never turned him heel. He never did.
I don't want to turn him just for that sake.
It is what it is.
We turned him heel. That's good. We did it.
Well, like I said, if they'd have followed it up with The Rock, it's completely The Rock's fault, and he needs to never be on television with WWE ever again. I'm done with him. Like he's not that entertaining anymore. The final boss shit was cool to help Cody win the title, and then even like the night after Mania from there, he cuts his meandering promos. He just gets weird. Even like the WrestleMania 42 thing. Like I feel like he's snake bit too. Cause like he came back and was like, I'm going to face Roman. Fuck you. We don't want that. Okay, then I'm going to announce WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans. Fuck you, it's going back to Vegas. Are going to turn Cena heel. Fuck you, we don't want that. I don't know. It just seems like it seems like it's a Rock issue. I don't know.
Yeah, fans just want to see him come in, call himself a Rudy Pooty Tootie, whatever the hell it is, and then leave. Yeah, that's fine. We got it.
And I think he needs to be okay with that. He was really thinking like they want to see me wrestle again. Do we? Like, I wouldn't mind seeing him hit a rock bottom. Maybe like do what was it? The sliding a people's elbow that he did to British Bulldog back in the day because he was in the dress shoes. That stuff works. Cut promos, it's fine. But we don't need Rock in storylines anymore. And I feel like that was part of why he came in for the WrestleMania 40 build, was like he saw how popular shit was getting and how great it was, and was like, I want some of that. I want a piece of that. And
yeah, he came in out of nowhere too.
Yeah. And he came in and fucked everything up. I remember that night where he's like, oh, do I want to sit at the head of the table? And everybody in San Diego cheers. On my couch, I was like, oh, fuck you. Like, just no, that's not, you don't come in after in Royal Rumble and just fuck everything up. Like, Cody's been building a story for 2 years. The man tore his pec off the bone and wrestled a cage match. Fuck out of here, Rock. While you were filming Moana. I almost called it Momoa. Got my Hawaiians mixed up.
Close enough.
Yeah. Now I got fired up. I'm like, there was potential. You had great ideas or great possibilities, not ideas, possibilities, and they shit the bed, but it is what it is.
Yeah, pretty
we've got to move forward from there. And I'm excited to see where the Cena tournament goes. I want to know who's in it. I hope they release the bracket tomorrow, but like you leave a couple of spots blank just to kind of have that intrigue with it. I would think that
it will be interesting. That's the one good thing I am looking forward to.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then Jade's, the Jade Cargill title celebration.
Yeah, and as always, we always look forward to our Thursday nights.
Yes, we will, this Thursday at, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, via the AltJakeTakesOn YouTube account. If you're not sure where to just look in the description of this Spaces. It's right there. YouTube.com/@AltJakeTakesOn. Please subscribe. And then at 8:45 p.m. Eastern this Thursday, we will do a live review of, AEW Dynamite segment by segment. We watch every part of the show so you don't have to. Kind of takes me like 2 days to get through it, because I don't skip anything. We take big notes. And then, are you off tomorrow?
Yes.
Perfect. Then we'll do our, classic match of the week tomorrow. I thought so.
Yes, we will.
Yep. We've got that ready to go. And we'll do another recorded episode this week for sure with it. George has got some, interviews cooking in the hopper for sure. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to talk about or bring up into?
No, like I said before, on Thursday nights, it's live on YouTube. You stop into the chat, you say hi, you leave a like, stick around for 10 minutes. If you like it, stick around for 20 minutes, etc., etc. But at least give it a shot, see if you like it. It's something new we trying. We're having fun doing it. It is fun, believe it or not.
Yes, that's the best part of it, is we're trying to have fun with it. If Tony Khan goes live before Dynamite, we will watch those clips.
That little bastard went live before Collision.
Oh, did he? Shit, I'll grab that if it's fun.
9 minutes.
Oh,
9 minutes.
9 times. Oh God. No, I thought the 5-minute one, he repeated himself. Okay. I might have to watch that one just for the fun of it and see if there's something.
I watched it last night when it came out, of course.
I mean, he just keeps repeating himself.
It's great. He's awesome. Dude, it's awesome.
It's great.
It's content. It's content gold.
Oh, Tony Khan, we love you. Yeah, well, those are the shows you can watch us on. We'll be back here next week for Sunday Night Spaces at 8:05 p.m. Eastern, 8:45 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays for our live AEW Dynamite review. And we will catch you next time. Peace, everybody.